Well, Paul, a long trip, decent points, 7 points out of 9 at the end of the week.
Yeah, I think we'd have more than settled for that. Two away games in that spell of 3 as well. So to get 7 points is a really, really good return. Very, very pleased with the defensive performance today. I thought we had a good shape about us as well. And we created 3 or 4 opportunities in the second half. And we felt we wouldn't have as many opportunities today. It's a difficult place to come. The wind's very much down the ground as well. And they're a very difficult side to play against because the ball's often being planted back into your last third. But credit to the boys, I thought they put in a real shift today.
And somebody's just pointed out, first time for a very long time, we kept a clean sheet in the conference, the National League.
27 years, I'm told, that was the first clean sheet that the team's kept away from home. So it's nice to break another record.
And as you said, last 10 minutes, some chances at the other end as well. Deacon shot just wide. And
well, I think the biggest talking point of the whole afternoon is we had an absolute nailed-on penalty, Tony. And not only has Rory skipped past him, he's clipped him. You can't get clearer than that. And the referee and the linesman thought that Rory was already starting to go down. But the fact is that's how he plays. He skips past people, but he's been clipped. And a 1-0 away performance is everything you hope for in a conference, and we deserved something. But a draw's about right.
Yeah, and sort of salt rubbed into the wounds by his reaction to not getting the decision, getting him sent off.
He's just frustrated. I mean, he's obviously got frustrated with that particular decision. Second yellow, I thought the first yellow was soft, but then the referee got into a flurry of cards which none of us could quite understand. I don't think there was a bad tackle in the goal game, to be honest. But we've come away, and as I said, we got our 7th point of the week, and it was needed. There's no doubt about that, and we look very much on track to keep doing well.
Getting Kieran Cadogan on in the second half.
Keen. Well, realistically, because we wanted to see if we could get at them with some width. We wanted to keep the game narrow for the first 70 minutes or so, or 65 minutes. Kieran and Rory, if you notice, we went to a 4-3-3 then. We started to create a few little bits. Rory's had a shot, hasn't he? Just whistled past the post, and there's another one that's just deflected. The keeper saved it. So, there was a good spell of 20 minutes there once we just opened ourselves up a little bit more.
But on a game like today, it's the defence you talk about, and some excellent defending, particularly in the first half.
I think Bailey, Beckwith and Collins, because they don't really play with wingers, so our fullbacks weren't overly engaged, but I thought those 3 as a real fulcrum, a spine for the team to work off were brilliant today. So Bales, I think, intercepted just about everything. That was the game plan, was to sit him in front of Williams, because they try and not Williams, the 9. They literally try and hit him every single time. They wait for a flick. So every time Bale sat in front, we dropped off 10 yards, and I think we picked up just about every loose ball today.
And decent support as well.
Fantastic support. Yeah, absolutely. I know they set off very early this morning, and some travelled like us yesterday. Again, I've got to say, it's a major benefit coming up the night before. I think everyone felt fresh coming to the ground. We were well looked after last night. And then the players are staying over to have their sort of FA Cup night out. So they fully deserve it. They fully deserve to go out tonight on the back of a good performance as well. But I thought the supporters were magnificent today. Absolutely brilliant.
And at the end of the week, 7 points out of 9, highly satisfactory.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a lot more. What we now need to do is nail down the next game. We take one game at a time, but we've got to hit that 50 points as soon as we can. And then why not? Let's one of our aims now is to see if we can finish in the top half. And as I said, within the group where we know what the budgets are, if we could finish 11th or 12th, that's top of where we should be. I also had a little think at the start of the season that I'd like us to be top of the promoted teams, and I believe we are that still at the moment. So we want. If we're not, we'll catch Solihull. We're looking to catch Eastleigh. We want to catch Bromley, and there's a few more teams that we want to keep trying to go for. So it's looking up now because we've had a good week. If we hadn't have had a good week, we could have been looking behind us, and I don't think the way the lads have played this year, that would have been right. But you finish where you should finish in the league. And as I said, after 46 games, we'll see where we end up.
Brilliant. Thanks, Paul, very much.
Thanks, Tony.